A 52-year-old man walks into a small burger stand in California. He's tired, he's broke. He's been a salesman his entire life, selling paper cups, playing piano in bars, hawking milkshake machines to restaurants that barely want them. Most people his age are thinking about retirement. Most people would have given up decades ago. But this man is about to do something that will change the world forever. And it starts with a lie. 1. The nobody. His name was Ray Kroc. And in 1954, nobody knew who he was. Nobody cared. For 30 years, he'd been grinding, selling, hustling, moving from one job to another, trying to find that one thing that would finally make him successful. He wasn't special, he wasn't born rich, he didn't have connections or a college degree. He had something else though, something dangerous. He had obsession. See, Ray was selling these machines called multi-mixers. They could make 5 milkshakes at once. He'd drive across America, restaurant to restaurant, diner to diner, trying to convince owners they needed his machine. Most days, he got rejected. Most days, he barely made enough to survive. But then one day, he got an order that confused him. A small burger restaurant in San Bernardino, California wanted to buy not 1, not 2, but 8 of his machines. 8? No restaurant needed 8 milkshake machines. Nobody was that busy. So Ray did what any obsessed salesman would do. He got in his car and drove to California to see this place for himself. And what he saw changed everything. 2. The discovery. The restaurant was called McDonald's, run by 2 brothers, Dick and Mac McDonald. When Ray pulled up, he couldn't believe his eyes. There was a line of people wrapped around the building at a burger stand. But that wasn't what shocked him. It was how fast everything moved. 15 seconds. That's how long it took from ordering to getting your food. 15 seconds. In 1954, that was impossible. Restaurants took 20-30 minutes to serve you. But here, it was like watching a machine. Every person had one job, one task: burgers on the grill, buns toasting, fries in the fryer, shakes being mixed. Everything timed perfectly. The brothers had created something nobody had ever seen before. They called it the Speedee Service System. Ray stood there watching, and for the first time in his life, he saw it. Not a restaurant, a system. A system that could be copied, a system that could be repeated, a system that could be everywhere. 3. The quote. Now here's where Ray's story teaches us something powerful. Most people, when they see an opportunity, they think about money first. How fast can I cash out? How much can I make? But Ray thought differently. He once said, "If you work just for money, you'll never make it." Think about that. This man had been poor his entire life. He was 52 years old. He needed money more than anyone, but he understood something most people never learn. Money is a result, not a goal. Ray didn't see McDonald's as a way to make quick cash. He saw it as a vision, a mission, something bigger than himself. He saw a future where there would be McDonald's in every city, every town, every corner of America. People thought he was crazy. 4. The obsession. Ray convinced the McDonald brothers to let him franchise their restaurant. He'd find locations, train operators, and build McDonald's across the country. But here's the thing about obsession. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't play nice. Ray became possessed by this vision. While the McDonald brothers were happy with their one successful restaurant, Ray wanted 1,000. While they wanted to maintain control, Ray wanted to expand at any cost. He worked 16-hour days. He used his own money. He mortgaged his house. His wife begged him to stop. He was going broke while building other people's restaurants. But he didn't care about the money right now. He cared about the system. He obsessed over every detail. The burgers had to be exactly the same in Minnesota as they were in California. The fries had to taste identical. The restaurants had to look the same. Everything standardized, everything perfect. Other franchises at the time let owners do whatever they wanted. Ray said no. Follow the system or you're out. People hated him for it. The McDonald brothers started hating him for it. He was too demanding, too controlling, too obsessed. But Ray understood what nobody else did. Consistency creates trust. Trust creates customers. Customers create an empire. 5. The empire. By 1961, Ray had built McDonald's into a growing chain, but he didn't own it. The McDonald brothers did, and they were slowing him down with every decision. So Ray made a move that would define him forever. He offered to buy them out for $2.7 million, a fortune in 1961. The brothers accepted, and just like that, Ray Kroc owned McDonald's. Some people call it a theft, some call it business. But here's what's undeniable. Without Ray's obsession, McDonald's would have stayed one restaurant in California. The brothers were happy with that. They had enough money, they were comfortable. But Ray saw what it could become. Today, McDonald's serves 69 million people every single day in over 100 countries. It's worth over $200 billion, all because a 52-year-old milkshake salesman refused to work just for money. The lesson. So what's the lesson here? Ray Kroc's story isn't a fairy tale. He wasn't always a good person. He was ruthless. He destroyed relationships. He prioritized business over everything. But he teaches us something crucial about success. When you work for money, you stop when you have enough. When you work for a vision, you never stop. Most people at 52 are coasting. Ray was just getting started. Most people see an opportunity and think about profit. Ray saw a system and thought about legacy. Most people quit when it gets hard. Ray mortgaged everything when everyone told him to stop. The question isn't whether you agree with how he did it. The question is, what are you building? Are you chasing quick money, or are you building something that will outlast you? Are you looking for comfort, or are you obsessed with a vision? Because here's the truth Ray Kroc proved. If you work just for money, you'll never make it. Not really. You'll make enough to survive, maybe even enough to be comfortable. But if you want to build an empire, if you want to change the world, if you want to create something that matters, you need to fall in love with the work. The system, the vision. Money will follow, or it won't, but at least you'll have built something worth building. Ray Kroc died in 1984 at age 81. By then, there were over 7,500 McDonald's restaurants worldwide. Not bad for a milkshake salesman who refused to give up.